Hello, everybody. This is Pete from Paw Labs, and I'm doing an afternoon update on the war game. I've had quite some nice victories on this today, although it's caused me to have to redo the sprite sheets and go back into the creator and actually add movement costs and stuff like that. But that's all beside the point. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up and we will take a look at her. So I have a game three. No big deal. That just added a bunch of movement costs. So we'll go ahead and start up the server and launch the game. so standard screen, we're all used to this. So what we have now, when we click a unit and we are on the movement phase, then you will see that we have um, a red dot that appears on the actual unit itself, and then a blue line that comes out to the length of one hex. Okay, so what you're doing is you're mapping your particular unit's journey. All right. Now, at the bottom of the screen down here, you're getting messages of how much that costs this particular unit. So he can move here, he can move there, he can move to here, he can move to there, and okay, we're at full movement. Move the unit, and there he goes. Now, artillery, we'll go ahead and move the artillery unit. And notice we have the artillery unit being moved. So here, artillery moves at 2 points per turn just to make it different. So that's as far as he can go. And so we actually now have game movement. And if you noted also that the unit counters are updated for the used movement of the units themselves. So they can no longer move. So there's still a lot of work that has to go into this, but it is rightly coming along. Uh, so that was interesting. I wonder. Oh, it went to. Interesting. So there's still a bunch of stuff that's going on, and we got to mess with. But I wanted to show you the update that shows units moving, and and I'd like to hear some feedback if anybody has any. That really kind of finishes this video. I can show you how some of this is being done. What I've done is built a function up here. I've built a lot of functions. What did you jump over there for? Okay, so um, the getting the terrain movement is an interesting one. He actually gets called a bunch, and it bounces. If you remember, we have the layer hex on the server is a row by column array that it has the layer hex object in each cell for that particular cell. So what we're doing is passing the retrieve data from the server. He passes it back as a JSON file. Then I convert it back into a layer hex. And then with that, we then have the collection of the detail layer. And we can take the element type of the unit that's being moved, and we get a reference to the map. And then we actually just find the cross section of this and find the highest cost of the category of the terrains and whatnot, and get the highest effect cost of that particular unit through that type terrain, and then return that. and that's what's actually used down in the actual code and for that message and everything. But for each cell that you move your cursor, he does a call to the server and back and retrieves the terrain of that cell, reconstitute it back into an object, and then looks that data up for us. Now, I don't have uh, governors on your movement at the moment. You could actually go negative and whatnot, but that's kind of, we're not going to do that at the moment. But eventually I'll get the governors in there that say you can't move past what you have movement left. So, as a matter of fact, another thought would be if you select a unit that has no movement, you don't even get the move symbol. It just ignores the fact that that unit's done moving. So, stuff like that. So those are the niceties that come along. The other thing that I have to update, as you're seeing this screen right here, since I'm originating the call to the server here to say move the unit, and that goes to the server version gets updated, and he comes back and says, okay, move your unit, then I update this. I need to still send a message to the other player and have him update your movement on his database as well. So not quite sure how I'm going to do that one yet. But again, we've made progress, and I'm updating the world with the progress. And I think it's kind of cool. We can actually move units now, which is, I think, pretty slick. Okay, so thank you all for watching, and I'll be in touch again soon.